Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining me today. How are you all doing today? I am going to be doing a bit of a demo slash tutorial for how you can make planner stickers or any kind of stickers using the Cricut machine. So if you have any questions, you can leave those in the comments and I'll be happy to answer your questions as we go along. And I'm just going to preface this with saying that I'm no expert, but I probably know a bit more than others. Now, I also wanted to say that one reason why I decided to start making my own stickers is because it can get a bit pricey if you really like to decorate your planners. So if you really like to decorate your planners and you're on a budget, a great way to be able to have the stickers that you want is to actually invest in a Cricut die cutting machine. Now, I do have some videos about the Cricut die cutting machine itself, and you can check those out as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to kind of go to the cloud because I don't want this to be like really long. And I'm really just going to go over some basic information that will help you to get started so that you can make planner stickers on your own. So I'm going to go ahead and just go to the cloud now. All right, we are in the cloud. So what you're looking at right now is my design space, because everybody has their own design space basically, and it resides on the web. So if you are kind of new to Cricut and you're on the fence about getting a Cricut machine, just know that when you make designs, it will be saved to a library in Design Space for you, and no one has access to that but you. So here we have like a bit of a grid here, and I'm just going to pick out some simple shapes and some simple images that I have. Now, I'm assuming that you know how to upload your images, but if you don't, you can go over to the Patreon page, which is patreon.com/Liz for a day. And I'm beginning to make a series for how to use the Cricut Design Space and the Cricut machine there as well. So if you're unaware of some of these features, then they'll be there over at Patreon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the upload because I've already uploaded a few images that we're going to use. So I'll click on upload, and I'm going to start with this happy pig here. We're going to make some meal planning stickers. So I put the pig there because, pigs eating, it's all about food. So I have this pig, and yes, he is super big on here, but we're going to make him smaller. And the way to resize him is if you go up to the top menu here where it has size, you'll see you have this little lock, and then you'll also have like the width and the height. Now I'm just going to make him a little bit smaller, and I'm going to make the width, I'd say like about 3 inches for now. Maybe even smaller. We'll make him like 1.5. And we're going to resize him again anyway, but he was just too big on the screen, so I had to make him just a little bit smaller. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to pick like a simple image, and we'll go over to shapes. So here on the left hand side, you'll see we have projects, images, text, shapes, and upload. We're going to select shapes, and it will give you another menu. Now here we'll just select the square. Now we have the square here, and it's a perfect square, but we want to kind of change that box as well. So for the time being, I'm just going to unconstrain this box so we can kind of make it a custom shape. So I'll select this the lock properties up here and unlock it. And I'm going to make the width, we're going to make it like about 0.5. Again, we're going to change it. And then for the height, I'm going to pick about 0.5, and then we're going to lock that back up. So we'll just leave it like this for now. Now the next thing that we're going to do, Actually, I'm gonna make the height just a bit bigger, and you'll see why in a bit. I'm gonna make it like at 0.75. I actually didn't really test this out before I did this, so you know, doing things live is a bit different than doing it on video where you're doing the editing. All right, so anyway, so we have our shape and we have it at 1.5 by 0.75. Hi, Vanessa. Welcome to our little chat today. And for those of you that are just coming on, I'm just showing you how to make stickers with some simple shapes and some simple images. So we're making a meal planning image here. And so we're going to take our pig and we're going to make the pig a bit smaller. And if you see these arrows down here on the bottom right hand side of the pig, you're just going to click on that and just drag him in like at a diagonal. And you'll see that that changes his shape. So you can change the shape of an image by doing this, or you can change that shape by going up to the top menu where it has sizes. So we're just going to make him just a little bit smaller, but we're still not quite ready for him just yet. So let's go back here to what was our square, and now we've kind of made it a bit of a different dimension. So if you go over to the left hand side where it has layers, and I think I might be in the way, I am going to hold on for a second. I don't know if I can move my image out of the way or not. Let's see. I didn't notice that I was in the way. One moment. This. Let's see, I'm going to move myself over to the side here. I think that worked. Okay, there we go. That's better. So now if you look over here over to the right hand side, you'll see there's a whole nother set of menu items that you can use as well. And so just move this down. I have so much stuff on my screen, you guys, you have no idea. I have to move stuff around to see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're over on the right hand side, and we're going to go to the square, and the square is the top one it's kind of grayed out here, and we're just going to double click on it. And when you double click on it, what's going to happen is it gives you an additional set of menu items. And if you look at the top where it has layer attributes, you'll see that the square right now it's a cut file, and we don't want it to be cut, we want it to be print for this particular instance. So we're going to go over to print and select that. And if you look here where the square is, I hope you guys can see my cursor, you'll see next to it that this changed to a print. Let me change it back to cut, and you'll see it's cut. Now we want it to be print. So now it's print. And also that circle denotes what color this image is, and it's kind of a black color. So I am going to change it for the moment to, we'll change it like to a mango color. No, we'll change it like to a rose pink color. Like the rose pink a little bit better. Now we're going to need another box for this, because if we made a label and it was just this rose pink color, we wouldn't really be able to work with it or write on it. I mean, we could, but if it was a different color, maybe black or gray, it would be hard to write on. So we're going to make another box. So instead of going to shapes and bringing another box in, we're going to use this shape. So you're going to select it, go over to your menu here, and duplicate it. So if you go over to the right, you're going to duplicate it. And then once you duplicate it, we're going to go to the little arrows that's on the bottom right hand corner and just kind of drag that up just a little bit. And we're also going to change the color on this one. So go over to your layers, and on that layer, double click on here, and we're going to change it to white. Okay, and then now we're going to move that box over the top of the first box that we made. That's the rose colored box. And now also we're going to select both boxes, and you can do that by taking your cursor and just kind of covering the whole thing by holding your cursor down, and or you can use your shift key and select each item, and both of them will be selected. And then we are going to go to align here at the top, and you'll get like a big menu, and we're going to center vertically. And what I would like to do also is just kind of move that image, oops, moved it too fast. Move it just a little bit over this way. Let me do this vertically again. Align or center vertically. So what that did was kind of center things. And so now I'm going to bring the pig back up now because we want the pig to be part of this process. But you'll see that Mr. Pig is now kind of behind everything. So while we have the pig selected, we're going to go back up to the menu at the top and select Arrange. And we're going to move the pig to the front. Okay, so yay, he's in the front. Now, you could do this kind of two ways. You could be, you can let the pig kind of be part of the outline and just kind of leave him like this, or you can make the pig smaller. So select on him, and then you'll just, with those arrows, you just move them up diagonally, and you can make the pig smaller. So we're going to let the pig be a bit of this process. So I'm going to make him just a little bit bigger than the side here, and I'm going to put him here. So now you'll see, now this is really starting to look like a sticker, right? And you can see how I've only used 3 images, 2 kind of rectangles, and then 1 pig. And you can see how now it looks like a sticker that you might want to use. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all, and I'm going to group these together. So anytime I move this around, it's going to be all grouped together. And you still have the ability to change the color of this rose box. So we'll select it. You go to your layers and double click on the layer that has your rose colored box, and then you can change the color. So I'm just going to select lilac. So that's nice. You can change the color anytime you want to. So now he's still a bit bigger than we would need for our boxes in our planners, and it's up to you to measure and see what sizes are going to work for you. So I'm going to select this whole thing, and you'll see that once I select it, it is now 1.88 by 0.93, which is really big for a planner. Now it doesn't look big on your screen, but believe me, when you print it out, it's going to be humongous. So I already know that for the boxes that I like in my planner, the total width is 1.5. So I'm going to make this 1.5. So up here at the top, I'm going to go here and I'm going to change the width to 1.5. And since I have it locked, still have this locked on, the height will automatically adjust. So now that's 1.5. So the width is still a bit tall, but for this demonstration, it's not that big of a problem. So this pig and the box will actually fit inside of a planner box, if that makes sense. So if you all have any questions for me, or if you think you have something to add, then please make sure you go ahead and put it in the chat. And I'm not ignoring you if I don't respond right back to you. There is a bit of a delay on here, which is about 30 seconds. So that's a long time. So if you all put something in the chat, then that's probably why I haven't responded to you just yet. Okay. So now we have the pig. So of course we would want more than 1 pig. So I'm just going to kind of push him up here. It doesn't really matter where you put him on the mat. I'm just going to kind of put him off to the side, and I'm going to make a few more of these. So Cricut is now using a new design space, and it's out of beta, which is nice. And the one that they had before, they had what was called a canvas, and they don't have that anymore, but there's a way around using the canvas. And we're going to go to shapes, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about in a moment. We're going to go to shapes and select from our menu on the left hand side, and we're going to select the square again. Now once we bring the square in, we're going to make the square the size of what we can cut. So if you are using Chrome, then you cannot have images outside of a 5 by 5.5 by 8.5 box. So we're going to make this box that size. So we're going to go to the top. We're going to take off the lock, and we're going to change the width to 5.5, and the height is going to be 8.5. I believe that's right. So let me just make this a little smaller so you can see the whole box. So we want to make sure that our stickers fit within this box. So let's take Mr. Pig, and you can see he disappears again, but not really. He's just sitting behind our box. And we're going to go up to arrange, and we're going to move Mr. Pig forward so we can see him. So now we can see him. So again, it doesn't matter where you put this on the mat. The mat just has grid lines on here that kind of just help you visually to see where you're putting things. Okay, so hey Raquel. You know, I always say Raquel or Rachel. I think it's Rachel. Let me know if it's Rachel so I'm saying your name correctly. Okay. So anyway, we have Mr. Pig, and we're just going to put Mr. Pig up here to the top for the moment. And we want more pigs, and we want to have more colors for the pig. So we're going to select Mr. Pig and his box, and we're going to duplicate this. So we'll go over to duplicate. And once we duplicate, it makes another instance of Mr. Pig milk. This is our meal planning box. And so we want to change the color because we don't want all purple boxes. You could do all purple if you wanted to, but I'm going to do some different colors. So now I'm going to go over. I have this pig box selected basically. I'm going to go over here to the left hand side, or right hand side rather, and I'm going to double click on the layer, and I'm going to change the color of that outline or frame on that box, and I'm going to change it to like a sage green. So now you'll see, now I have two different colors, so you kind of see where we're going with this. And so I'm going to do this again. I'm going to click on one of the boxes. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to go over to the layers. I'm going to change the color. Let's change it to red. So I'm just going to do a few of these, and I'm going to put him in here. So again, duplicate, and we're going to go to that layer. We're going to change it. We'll change this one to blue. And then we'll do it again, duplicate, and we're going to go to the layer, and we'll make it orange. Pigs like orange too. And you'll notice that I'm kind of just placing these within Rochelle. Okay, got it. Okay, I think I've been saying it right, and then somebody said Raquel, and that threw me off. All right, so I'm going to duplicate this one more time here. And we are going to change the color again, and oops. We're going to change the color, and we'll make that, we'll make it brown. Okay, so we got 6 pigs now, and we'll say that these are the only colors that we need specifically. So what I want to do is we're going to kind of make these nice and neat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the first one. I'm going to hold the shift key down if you have a PC. If you have a MacBook, then you're going to hold the command key down and just select the ones that you want. So I'm selecting the purple, the red, and then the orange. And now that I have those selected, I'm going to go up to align, and I'm going to align them to the top. So it was hard for you to see. Let me do this so that you can really see. I'm going to kind of move these so they're not so together. So I want to align these so it looks nice and neat. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to select all 3 of these. And when I say align to the top, it's going to align to the one that's at the top, like this red one. So this one's already at the top, so it's going to bring the other ones up, if that makes sense. So we're going to go to align, and we're going to say align to the top. Now those are aligned to the top. And we want to also make sure that they're kind of evenly spaced out. So we're going to go back to align, and we're going to say distribute horizontally. Now I know this can be a little bit confusing. Even if you kind of mess it up, you can go up to the undo up here at the top and select undo. So we're going to say distribute horizontally. Okay, and you see how this little guy in the middle, he moved over a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead while these are selected, and I'm going to keep these grouped. So I'm just going to group those. Now, oops, let's get this. So now once we group them, we can move things around all together. So now I'm going to take these other three, and we're going to do the same thing basically, but in order to get these kind of lined up, we have to do it a bit differently. So I'm going to take this grouping that we have here at the top. I'm going to hold my select key down, and I'm going to just select the green one. And this time I'm going to align them to the left. So we'll go up to the menu, select align, and align to the left. And you see how he moved over. And then we're going to deselect that, and we're going to select our grouping again at the top. And we're going to hold our select key down and hit the brown one. And we're going to align this one over to the right. Actually, let's undo that, because let me just move him up a bit, and we want to make sure that he's kind of inside. Okay, and then select those and align to the right. There we go. Now, so he moved over. So the brown one moved over. And then we just need this little fella right here. So we're just going to pull him up. And this case, we're going to select the green one and the brown one. And we have the blue one selected as well. And we are going to align to the top. So all three of these are now aligned to the top, and then we're going to align horizontally. And then we're going to group these three while we have them all grouped. Now we have two groupings. We have this one, and we're going to select both, and we're just going to group those. So now we can move these all around if we wanted to. All right, so let's move him back over here. So I hope you all are following along so far. Do you have any questions so far on where we are? And you can see how those simple shapes turn into some fantastic stickers that you can actually use. Now, I would like to have one extra set of these. So I'm just going to select this grouping that I have. Go over to our menu over where the layers are and select duplicate. And now we have a whole nother set of these. So I do want them to be aligned as well. And you can see everything is fitting within this black box, because that's kind of our print area. If we go outside of that, our print and cut area, if we go outside of that, then it's not going to work out for us. So you want to make sure that you have everything aligned. So let's select the first grouping and the second grouping, and then we're just going to select align and align to the left. So now they are all nice and neat, and we'll just group those together for now. Okay, so now we have some pigs, and so I'm going to show you how to do a different kind of a sticker here. And so we're going to do a farmer's market. So it's all about food on here today. So I'm going to go to my uploaded images, and again, I'm assuming that you already know how to upload images, but if you don't, there will be more videos over on the Patreon page so that you can really learn the basics of using the Cricut machine and Design Space. All right, so the domestic diva Dom says that her Cricut Air is still in the box, and she's been using her Expression 2 forever. So you are very welcome. You should take it out, because I think most of the Cricuts all work the same, but I'm sure like the more updated ones they work a little bit better. You don't have to worry about those cartridges and stuff. All right, so let's get back to the tutorial. And we're going to I'm going to go to my uploads because I've already uploaded a few stickers. And so I'm going to pick this one that has like the veggies because we like our veggies. So I'm going to insert the veggies in here. Now, also, I will say the more items that you have on the mat, it takes a little bit longer for things to render in Design Space. So you just want to be cognizant of that. So you can see this came out like super big. So I'm just going to make it just a little bit smaller. Well, I'm going to make it a lot smaller so I can work with it. I'm just going to do like about 1.5, and we'll be probably changing that in a bit. So I have some food, and the next shape that I'm going to use is going to be a circle. So let's do that. Let's see. And Vanessa says that she has a baby Cricut and it's out of commission and doesn't work. Yeah, we talked about that. All right. And let's see. Okay, so we got our circle. And we're going to put our vegetables on the circle. And you see again that the vegetables kind of disappeared. So it's very easy to bring the vegetables forward. Go to your top menu where it says arrange. Select that and just say move to the front. So now our veggies are in the front. Yay! Okay. So let's see, where should we put the veggies at? I think I'm just going to put the veggies like down at the bottom because this is just going to be kind of a circle type of a sticker. We're keeping it really simple. We'll make the veggies just a little bit bigger maybe. And we'll put them on here. Okay, so we want to add some lettering, and we're going to go to text. So over here on the left hand side, we're going to select text. And you'll see a text box popped up, and it's all the way down here at the bottom. And let's just put in here, we're going to put in all caps, farmers, just farmers. Oops. Okay, so of course it's like super big, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. And move him over a little bit. Okay, so once we select on that text box, you'll see that we have lots of menu items up here at the top. So we have lots of choices basically. And right now the font is at 72. And so we're going to bring that down quite a bit. We're going to bring it down. Let's bring it down to 30 and see how big it is. Okay, so 30. Also, the font that's being used is Cricut Sans. And you can change that as well. If you hit the drop down box, you'll see that you have lots of choices when it comes to the fonts. And it's selected on all fonts right now, but just keep in mind that Cricut allows you to use any fonts that you have on your system. So on my computer, I can look at my system fonts. So here at the top, you have three choices. You have all, systems, and Cricut. So let's just go to systems. I'm just going to pick a font that I have myself, because if you pick a Cricut font, you'll probably have to pay for it. So we're trying to keep this low budget. So I'm just going to select this one, this Alba Matter, because I have this on my system already. And it might not be, just for this particular instance, we'll use this one. It might not be the best one to use. And I'm going to change the color of this as well. So we have it selected. And if you go over here to where the layers are, you'll just double click on the layers. And then of course you'll get that pop out menu. And I'm going to change this to, I'm not going to change it to white. I'm going to change it, actually it was black already. Let's change it to white. We're going to change it to white. And also, if you notice over here, this is, again, it's a cut file. So we want to change that to print. We want everything to be print and not a cut. So let's change this. Get it to pop out there. We're going to change it to print. So up here where it has layer attributes, we're going to change to print. And you'll see it change to print. And we're also, since this black circle is going to be part of our, sticker as well, we want to make sure that this one is also a print. So let's go ahead and just change that to print right now. And we'll worry about the color in a moment. Okay, so we have farmers, and something that you'll notice too is sometimes when you bring the letterings in, the letters look a bit funky. Like you see how like the F and the A, and then there's a space in between the A and the R. We can fix that. So let's double click on here, and what we're going to do is go to letter spacing, and you can bring the letters in. So you'll see they're coming in closer to each other. You can bring them farther out if you want them to be far away. And you can also break the letters up and move them around if you wanted to. Now, I'm not going to break the letters up because we're just keeping this really simple, and we're going to leave it the way it is, even though the lettering looks a little bit funky. But we're going to I'm going to change the font. Let's change the font. We're going to change it to a simple font. Oh, not that one. That's not going to work for us. I can't read Arabic. Let's see. How about this one? Okay, that's good. So we're just going to leave it there, and we need to change that again to print, and we're going to change it to white. All right, so farmers. Now, since I've already formatted this and the words there, I'm going to use the same box again, basically. So I'm going to click on that box, and I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to click inside. Let me just put it over here so you can see. Click inside the box, and I'm going to change this to market. Make it small letters. Make this one small letters also. Farmers. Okay, and let's see, we can make this a little bolder. All right, and then this one we're going to bring over here as well. So we got farmers. So if you go to the farmers market on Saturdays, then you would have a sticker for that. So we have farmers market here also. And then we're going to make this a little bit smaller. Okay. And then that's our circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of this black dot, big black dot that we have here. So we'll go over to our layers and select. We're going to make it green. Green is like a yummy kind of color, isn't it? And then we just want to make sure everything is kind of the way that we would like for it to be. And then I'm going to select all of these layers for farmers market, the picture and the circle, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to group these together. And that way now when I move it around, I have control of everything at one time. Okay, so now I want to make it smaller because you can see it's now at 3 inches by 3 inches, which is way too big for any planner. And I'm just going to change this to, we'll make it like around 1 inch. So this is 1 inch by 1 inch. And yes, it looks big on the screen here, but on your planner, it's only going to be 1 inch by 1 inch. So you can look at it using a ruler or find another sticker that you may have that's that dimension, and then you'll see. So let's go ahead and put this over here. Now in this instance, you could change the background of these if you wanted to make them different colors like we did the pig meal stickers, but I'm just going to leave a few of these the same. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to go over to the right hand side where the layers are and select duplicate, and I'm going to duplicate this a few times. And let's put this over here. And we're just kind of eyeballing where we want these at. And I'm going to line these up, and a great way to do this is to take the one all the way to the left and put it where you would like for it to go. Take the one all the way to the right, which is this one, and put it where you would like for it to go. And then the next thing you want to do is to select all of our farmers market ones. We're going to go up to align, and we're going to say align to the top. And then we're going to say align, and we'll go back to align and say distribute horizontally. And you'll see how it spaced everything out, and then we'll just say group. Yay! And we can move this around any kind of way that we want. So we'll just move it just a little bit closer up here where the piggies are at. Okay, so and again you can see that I kept everything inside of this box here, our long rectangle. So we still have room where we could actually put more stickers in. This is a good way for you to figure out how many stickers you can actually put inside of your box and print it out. So just always keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm going to make a few that are a different color. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to say duplicate. All right, and I'm just warning you guys, we got a big storm going on right now, so hopefully, I don't know if y'all heard that, hopefully we will not get kicked. All right, so I'm going to, let's see, let's select this layer, and in this grouping I'm going to change some of the colors. So we'll change to what color should I change to? Yellow. Okay, yellow is good. And then we'll do the other ones yellow as well. So you can change them to different colors. We'll change them to different colors. We'll make this one pink. We'll go to the next one in this grouping. So you can see it's really easy to change the colors. And again, I always suggest just start out with simple shapes. Actually, we want to change green, this one. Make it red. Ugh, red's too much. How about like a powdery kind of pink? Yeah. And then we'll change this last one as well in this grouping. And we'll just change this one to like a creamy color. Okay. So now we got some pigs, we have farmers market stickers that we can use, and let's see, how else can we what else can we put in here to fill this up for some simple stickers that we have that has to deal with food. I know. Let me go to my uploads because I have lots of stuff in my uploads. The great thing about Cricut Design Space is that it will actually it saves the uploads that you bring in, so you can reuse them over again, and you can also save your designs as well, which I need to save my design. Well, we could do like watermelons because it's summertime. Let's put some watermelons on there. We're going to say insert, and let's see, once this populates here, before I mess with that, I'm going to go ahead and save this this project. So I'm going to go to save, and then it will allow me to name it. So I'm going to name this, I'm going to put meal planning. Yeah, just meal planning is fine. And I'm going to say save. And that's going to save it to my library. So you can go back, you can make changes to it, and you can also share it with other people as well. If you're not using copyrighted images, you'll be able to share those as well. So let's make we're not even going to change anything on the watermelon. We're just going to just make him a bit smaller so he won't be gargantuan on our planner. So we'll say like 0.75. We'll make him so it's a square, so it'll be 0.75, 0.75. All right, and then put him over here, and we'll make some copies of this. So we'll just go over to our layers and just duplicate. And I did 5 of these. Uh-oh. Hey, somehow I turned him around. You can see how you can rotate these as well. So you just take this little like hook looking thing right here, and then you can kind of turn things around. So I'm just going to put the left one as far as I want it to go, the right one as far as I would like for it to go, and then I'm just going to stick these in the middle someplace, because once we align them, it'll do all the work for you when it comes to aligning. So we're going to select all of these, And you know what? He looks like he's not the right size. Yeah, when I was messing with him. Let me delete him and we'll just make another one. Okay. We'll put him about right there. Okay, so now I'm going to select all of these. Let me just make sure. Let me move the box out the way so I can make sure that. All right, and then I'm going to say align to the top and align, distribute horizontally. And I'm going to group those. All right, let me put my box back over here so I can see. Now, technically, you still have a bit of a room that you can use. So you could, because as long as everything fit in this box, you can put more stuff in. But keep in mind, the more intricate your patterns and your stickers, the harder it is for Cricut Design Space to work. It doesn't like to work too hard. So I'm going to make another copy of our watermelon because we have a bit of space still. Because you want to fill your space. You want to use as much as you can when it comes to making your stickers. Okay, so obviously I just did this so that you guys can see. Now the next thing you want to do, now this square you don't need anymore. It was just there as a guideline. Ooh, did you guys hear that? Oh my goodness, the thunder is crazy. So you don't need this anymore. We're going to go ahead and just get rid of the square. Everything is going to fit. It's aligned. So I'm going to select all, and you could go up to the top and select all as well. And I'm going to go down here to the bottom of the layers menu. You'll see it has weld, attach, and flatten. And I'm going to flatten this. And what happens when you say flatten, it basically just makes this all just kind of like one image. And it makes it easier for Cricut to handle it. So I'm just going to say flatten. It's not going to change any of the images. It's not set in stone as well. And you can see over here in the layers menu, everything just kind of went and it kind of compressed it and everything went into one. Yeah, the thunder is no joke, right? It's going crazy here. And so now we'll just go ahead and we're going to save it this way. And again, even after you save it, you can ungroup everything. You can unflatten it. You can ungroup it. You can change the colors. So it's very, very versatile. Now, it took me a little bit to do this with you all. Let's see how long we've been on so far. So we've been on for a bit, but it usually doesn't take that long when you are actually making the stickers yourself, so it's pretty quick. So I'm not going to actually print this out on the Cricut today, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like when you go to print. So we're going to go up here where it says make it, and this is where you would actually go to print and make these stickers. So let's go ahead and click make it. And you can see the more images that you have on, the more work it takes for Cricut to kind of render things. So you have to kind of give it a moment. And so it's bringing the mat up, and there's only one page on the mat because we made sure that everything was going to fit. So you can see what you'll see here is you'll see registration marks here at the top. So you'll have, and this is what Cricut reads. Remember, the Cricut machine doesn't do any printing. So this part will be done on your printer. So you'll have to print it yourself. So it'll automatically select your material size for this particular job here. And we'll go down to the bottom and we're going to say continue. And again, a nice thing about Cricut is that it's going to give you like all the, it's going to hold your hand and it'll walk you through and tell you what you need to do next, basically. So right now I don't have the machine on, so it's looking for the Bluetooth for my machine, but it will find your machine and then you would print it out, you would put it on your mat, and then you would actually set set your set the cutter so that it's going to be set on 3M. So that's like post-it note, and that way it'll give it that kiss cut. And that's basically the whole gist of doing the making or designing your stickers. So I hope I answered some of your questions. This went like way longer than I thought it was going to go, but that's okay. So I'm just going to cancel this cut. And I actually have this saved. So what I'll probably do is I'll put this over on the Patreon page and people can have access to print these out. So does anybody have any questions for me? Yeah, Florida sounds like this all summer long, doesn't it? From 3 to 7, it's like clockwork. It can be sunny outside, and then all of a sudden, bam, everything kind of goes. So these stickers actually came out kind of nice. I'm kind of proud of myself. I like it. Do y'all have any questions about Design Space or how to make the stickers? I'm gonna come out of the cloud here. Let's come out of the cloud. All right, she's out of the cloud, people. She's out of the cloud. So let me know if you have any questions before we shove off. Of course, this is going to be on the replay, and it would be great if you shared this out because there's so many people that want to know how to make stickers. So I just wanted to do kind of just some very simple stickers just to get you going. And, you know, you can make anything that you want. It's limited to your creative mind, basically, when it comes to making the stickers. I also wanted to let you all know that on Thursday, I'm going to start talking about mixed media. So if you guys want to come on Thursday, same time, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to start talking about mixed media. And again, I'm a baby mixed media person, so you all be coming on a journey with me. And be looking for a video. I'm going to give you guys like a little bit of a preview. I just got done working on this right here. It came out so good. And this is in my my selfie journal. And so I'll be posting a video up for this one too because I really enjoyed this. Preview. So pretty. All right, if y'all don't have any questions, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to shove off. If you like videos like this if you like videos like this and you haven't subscribed already, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I always suggest it. If this is not your type of channel, then it's okay. Don't subscribe. Because I want like real subscribers here on the channel. Yes, you should open up your Explorer. You should have done that already. But you know what? I can't say anything about that because I have like I have a Brothers over here and a Brothers Scan and Cut, and I barely used it just yet. So I'm kind of like the same when it comes to that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shove off, you guys. Thanks for coming on. Ladies. Thanks for coming on with me, and I'll see you all on the next video.